I forgot all about this. I installed a battery box extension for my Accurite weather station up on the roof, and I just shoved it underneath the power meter, which doesn't protect it from water. I did test the batteries last summer, and I said to myself, I better get that in an enclosed box. The batteries are going on their 4th year, and last year when I checked them, they're at 1.6 volts still, each cell, AA. So I'm not even going to bother checking them this year. And if they do go dead, I don't have to go up on the roof. So let's get started. I'm going to install that box. I'm not going to show you how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it and then show you after. There you have it. Make sure you have a drip loop. Never come down and go straight in because you might get water going in. These are designed for a locking terminator under that cover, but I think that screw right there will suffice from that opening. Done. I'm going to trim that too for all you guys with, what's that called? Syndrome. The greenest my lawn has ever been. You found your shady spot? Hey. Little update for you on the solar. Yesterday and today, looks like I'm going to do the same. I produced 53 kilowatt hours at 0.267 cents kilowatt hour. Do the math. Fuck, that lawn looks good. It's the best it's ever looked. I haven't watered it at all. We just got lots of rain, and I've been picking the dandelions, and I see one right there. I'll get that later. Up there is my 5-in-1 weather station, a UHF antenna, and an FM antenna, and a rotor to rotate the antenna, and a PTZ security camera. PTZ pan tilt zoom. Oh, and I want to point out that the lithium-ion batteries should be going on their 5th winter. I think I installed them in the fall of 2018. And I checked them last summer, and when I moved them from there to that battery box that I just installed, a box inside of a box, they were 1.6 volts last year, each AA cell. So I'm not even going to bother testing them this year. Why bother when I can change them in the middle of winter without having to go on the roof? Just have to go into that box on the side of my house. I want to show you how I've been looking after the weeds. That's the dog poop pail. That's the dog poop shovel. And my weeder. Find where the stem is. Stab down about an inch, inch and a half. This used to be a serious problem area for dandelions. I've got it under control without herbicide. So I grab them, grab that one, grab that one. Put them in the poop pail. Probably picked out 40 today. There's one that's got a flower top. We'll do that after. And then I fill my palm up with this and just put a little bit of seed in each hole. Usually I use my palm, but I'm going to try this. And then I stomp it down into the ground. Doesn't take much. This bag lasts a long time. And that's how I've got my lawn maintained without herbicides. Only once in 13 years have I used herbicides on this. Picking up the poop, I'll put this away before it blows away. Picking up the poop has benefits as well. You don't get flies in your backyard. They're not attracted to your backyard. And they don't sneak their way into the door. And it's healthy for the dogs. And it's healthy for the lawn to pick up the poop daily. I skip a day or two here and there, day or 2 or 3 sometimes. I try to catch it before rain. It's a nice healthy yard for the pups and for the eye candy. There she is. It's my rescue tripod. She's enjoying the backyard, and I'm enjoying watching her enjoy it without the worry of herbicides. And trust me, you need to worry about herbicides. Back in the 90s, I used to use a weed bar for the weeds, and weed and feed. And about 2 weeks later, when the grass was nice and lush green, the stuff that stuck to my shoe, my cat, indoor cat, ate some of it and nearly died of it. It's the dark green grass that becomes the poison to the animals. Once it reacts with the grass itself, it becomes poisonous. Looking good after 2 years. I've pointed this out before. These are calculated for length to go through the 1x6, the 2x6, and the 4x4 fence post. So you got these biting meat as much as they can. They're like an 1/8 of an inch from poking out the other side of the 4x4 posts. And same with these. They're a little bit shorter, but they're calculated to go through the 1x6 deck board. The 2x6 in the middle that is sandwiched by these full length deck boards. There's one on each side. You've seen that before. And after 2 years, she still functions like brand new. We had lots of rain this June. Here's another advantage. All gates will sag eventually. This type of latch prevents the gate from sagging past. It is rubbing on there a little bit now. Not bad after 2 years. Very little friction. You don't have to fight, jump up and down, kick and scream. You see how that's built? The only thing I would do different is less screws and liquid nails behind if I did it again. This is my first gates, this one and the one up front. First 2 gates I ever built. The other genius thing I did was the 2x6. You have to cut it. This goes across, binds with these full length deck boards, the horizontals do. This gets sandwiched between a deck board here and a deck board there on both sides. That gives this strength and transfers, well, you know what I'm saying. The other thing I did was genius. Those lag bolts I showed you on the hinge on the outside, they come almost to the surface on the other side of this post. The other thing I did that was genius was I installed a second post really close to the support post of the gate. So this gives that support as well. Strength in numbers. So when that gate's wanting to pull down, it has to pull that post, and then it has to pull that post, and then the corner post supports that post. And the other thing I did was genius is my 1x6 boards, treated, go all the way across, seamless, no seam here. So technically, this one's screwed into there, is supported all the way from there with help in between. The whole fence is built like that. This is a 15-foot span. There's one seam in the middle. 15-foot span, one seam in the middle. And then these are 16-footers that were cut to size. The only seam in this 30-foot span of fence is in the middle. And it's biting half of a 4x4. So lots of wood biting. This thing has withstood severe winds. We're talking like 170 sustained, gusting to 180 to 190. Yeah, that's a good fence. It's going to be here long after I'm gone. That wasn't the intention. The intention was to never have to fucking repair my fence. And so far, so good. Oh, the other thing, if you do need to back a truck into here, you could take this apart. It's all screws. Jack the posts out, get your shop back out, and take the crushed gravel out. Yeah, I got to do the weeds back here. Take your crushed gravel out with a shop back. do your thing, drive your truck in, roof the roof, whatever you got to do. Drop your post back in, put the crushed gravel back in, and you're good to go. No concrete, no nothing. Well, crushed gravel. And crushed gravel is strong, and it allows for drainage. So that pressure treated post, I mean, we had lots of rain. It's probably a little damp down there right now, but it does eventually dry out because it allows it to drain. If it was clay or cement, it would stay wet all summer long. Don't forget the latch, the second latch. That way I don't get up in the dark, have some kid come along and open that up and let my dogs out, escape the yard. She's watching for gophers. I got thousands of gophers in, well, I told you a million times not to exaggerate. There are literally hundreds of gophers behind the house in the open lots that are for sale. And they have been sneaking into the yard. She's kept that at a minimum this year.